ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा वागर्थाविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। So how was the exercise? Too difficult?
Too difficult, Swami.
Too difficult. Okay. What was the difficulties? Let me hear the difficulty. Where were the difficulties?
Some of the words, right? Whatever when we write,
Mhm.
so we could not. There are upasargas coming up in many of the
Fair
some
enough.
of the
So you're
words.
saying you could not recognize some of the
Right.
words. Okay, understood. All right. What else?
That is the main difficulty, and otherwise, yeah, some words were very familiar. We could be able to answer that,
Fair enough.
but there are some words where sandhis are there, so we don't know how to take
Words
the.
with sandhis, I would have broken them. Anyway, maybe
We have
some were
broken.
left.
Yeah.
Maybe some were left. Okay. What else?
Swamiji, I think from our end, the declensions, we are not very perfect now. So every time if there is anything, we are going and seeing.
Fair
And
enough.
so that was very difficult because it was taking more time.
Fair
I would
enough.
say that it's not that we don't know, but we have to go and search and
Fair enough. Fair enough. What else? Now I'm trying to understand where the difficulties lie, okay? That's my
Some
goal.
of the words, I think dhadus we could not identify.
See, this problem of not knowing words will continue for your lifetime. Only thing, the number of words you don't know will keep reducing, okay? Now the majority is what you don't know. Later minority will go there, hopefully. But the fact is that we don't know words is to be accepted. The language is huge, the vocabulary is huge, right? So this, see, word level is difficult. Now, suppose you knew the words. Is there a difficulty in connecting the words and seeing the meaning?
Swamiji, there is a structured way of identifying this because we have done it randomly, like, we have taken some, like, we have looked at each word and then we have come up with the declensions for the word. And then we have grouped them together to see
Right.
their karmani or they're indicating karta. So I don't know if that is the right way of doing it.
No, but we'll talk. That's why I'm trying to understand, where your difficulties lie so that I have a better feel for where your struggles come. All right.
Okay.
Douglas.
Yeah, I think it was kind of all of those levels. It was hard figuring out what the word type was, lots of words I didn't know. And then I put them all together and I kind of invented.
I had a brief look at what you did, very brief look. So didn't have much time to look at it, but see, we will come to that in a bit. All right. So I think there are a few things we have to understand. When we are trying to analyze a sentence, we have to start with a verb. Okay. And then see if there are multiple verbs, what are the group of nouns which connect with the verb? And then connect the smaller sentences within the larger sentence. That's the way we normally have to proceed. We haven't really gone through that in any great detail. We have played with a few sentences, but there's obviously a little more than what you can probably chew off. All right. So we will come back to it. We will look at it in a bit. Okay. Because if I start with the exercise, I can do that also. Do you prefer to do just the exercise today? Then we'll do only doing exercise today. That's all will happen. Okay. We won't go further. That's also fine with me. So let me think for a minute. I wanted to actually introduce your Krityas to you. I'll do one thing. I'll take about half an hour probably of a new topic. Half an hour, 45 minutes. And the remaining 45 minutes, we'll go back to the homework. If I start with the homework, whole 1.5 hours, 2 hours will go there. So I won't do that. I'll start with something, and then we'll come back to the homework in a bit. Okay? All right. So all right. So we'll start with this. This is our usual now, okay? You should know what we are dealing with. We are dealing with Krit pratyas. Krit pratyas being added to a dhatu in order to get a noun base called a pratipadikam. So we have seen kta. Kta is added in the sense of karma or bhava in the past tense. Basic meaning, right? Then we also have a kta which can be added to gatyarthaka or akarmaka dhatus only in the meaning of karta, an important one. We've seen these two. Third one, we will bypass that for now. Kta and bhava is to give the abstract noun meaning, laughing, talking, eating, etc. Pathita, hasita, khadita, brahmita. See, word forms will be the same everywhere. Whether you go to this one or the previous one, archita, pujita, gata, patita, supta, forms are exactly the same. But the meanings can be different and you have to recognize them in the context. All right. So this we saw. Then tavattu we have seen in good detail. Tavattu is the pratyaya will indicate that the word form will be the agent of the action underlying the root to which the pratyaya is added, but in the past tense. Okay. So it means what? Gatavat means going was done. I went in the past. Gatavan aham, if I say. So I went in the past, you went in the past, he, she, it went in the past. That kind of meaning will come. Patitavat, read in the past. So this past meaning comes here. Now, in all these, we have to know how the words will decline, because once we form the word, we have to decline it. And we know which gender it can be done in. And based on the gender, we have to find the right template and then decline that appropriately. All right, so we have templates here as well. So you know how to do it. This much I'm assuming is known. Anybody who has difficulty in what we've discussed so far? Conceptually should be okay. You don't understand some words is very understandable. Okay. Now we will look at tavya, aniya, these pratyas, and a couple of others. Okay. So before we look at them, tavya is also available to be added to any dhatu. Any dhatu can take tavya pratyaya. And the pratyaya is added in the sense of karma or bhava. Okay. Karma or bhava. I have written karma or bhava. And the kala is any kala, any time. It is not restricted by tense. It's just the meaning. And gender can go in all genders, masculine as it is, neuter as it is, feminine will take a addition. So you will get words like pathitavya, kantavya, shrotavya, kartavya. So what will it mean? We will look at the meanings a little more. But basic meaning is what? An object of reading, an object of going, a destination, an object to be heard, something to be done, something to be hurt, destroyed, killed. Netavya, something to be led. Jnatavya, something to be known. This is the basic meaning. Never go away from the basic meaning of karma or bhava. This you hold on to. All right. And declension, because it's ending in a, will be like Rama Shabda in masculine, like Phala in neuter, and you add a, so it will go like Rama in feminine. All right. The meaning is exactly the same for aniya. No difference, absolutely. Only the pratyaya has changed. They are synonymous. Okay. With this said, now let's look at seeing the word file now. Okay. So one thing you have to note is this. These pratyayas, I'm giving a topic, Krtya pratyaya. Not Krit, mind you. One more ya is there. Krtya pratyaya. Krtya pratyaya is a set of pratyayas which are all listed here for you. Tavya, there is one more which I have not mentioned here, but which we don't need. I can just keep it here for fun, okay? Tavyat. Tavya, tavyat, aniya, ya. This ya, I have made it as ya, and this ya actually comes in the form of three possibilities. Yat, nyat, and kyap. You don't have to remember all these right now. This part, you don't worry much about. We will not look at it in detail now. But just know that I will call them all as ya. All right. Now, what is the speciality of these? These are all called Krtya pratyas, and all the Krtya pratyas are added to a dhatu, a root, in the sense of karma or bhava. This is common to all of them. Is that clear? Krtya pratyas are always added to a dhatu in the sense of karma or bhava. All right. So for people who know more, I've just put some sutra numbers here so they can look it up if they want. Okay. Others, don't worry about it. Now, there are additional meanings that may be conveyed. Okay. And that is something that I want you to pay attention to. What are the additional meanings possible? So the first one is in the sense of a command. Okay. So interestingly, the senses that we can add is, one is as a command, like do it. Okay. Eat it. Read it. This is a command. The second possibility is a freedom to do what you like. Same word. You may do it. You may not do it. So if I say, khaditavya tvaya, khaditavya means what? Should be eaten. Now I'm saying should be eaten. But by saying freedom to do means I'm saying should be eaten, but it means if you feel like you're hungry, you want to eat, you eat. You don't want to eat, don't eat. You want to eat part of it, eat it. You have full choice. That meaning is also possible with Krtya pratyas. Krtya pratyas are what? Tavya, aniya, ya. All of them give these meanings. Then there's also a possibility of saying very politely, it's time for something to be done. You know? So it's time to go to sleep. It's time to eat. It's time to read. It's time to walk. Whatever it is. That meaning also can be indicated by the pratyaya. And these meanings are also used for the lot lakara and vidiling lakara. If you don't understand something, raise your hand. Not physically on the screen. I can't see you when I'm sharing the screen. Raise your hand in Zoom, okay? I will take any questions if they arise as they arise. So now, these pratyas will give you the meaning, therefore, of what? It can be in a sense of a direction, do it, granting permission, or it's a particular time to do something. Okay? So, an example given. See, Panini examples are like this. Bhavata, kataha, karaniyaha, kartavyaha, krityaha, karyaha. All these are options, okay? Kataha means a mat, a straw mat. Okay? A mat. Bhavata, third person, third case, singular, of bhavat pratipadika. Bhavat is a respectful way of referring to a person. Like the respected you. That's the idea there. And it's a third person. So if I say bhavata means by the respected you, I'm saying may, with respect, I'm calling you, I'm addressing you. Not by saying you, but bhavata, not tvam, not tvaya, bhavata, by the respected you. Kataha, the mat, karaniyaha. What does karaniya mean now? Kri dhatu with aniya pratyaya becomes karaniya. Kri with tavya becomes kartavya. Kri with just ya can become kritya or karya, two possibilities. Now, all these mean what? All these possibilities are there. What are they? First basic meaning is it is a karma or bhava. So the kata is something to be made. Here it's sakarmaka, kri dhatu. Therefore, a mat is something to be made. That's the basic meaning. Kartavya, karaniya, karya. Now the extra meanings is what? One meaning could be to be done by you. Order, a command. Or if you feel like you can do it. You have the freedom. Or it's time to make the mat. All these possibilities are there for the same word. So depending on the context, I can translate it in any way which is appropriate. Is this clear? It's not a fixed meaning. Normally what happens over time, you will start thinking that always should be done. It's not true. There is other shades of meaning which are equally valid. But when we come to the context of Vedas, typically it is in the sense of praisha. Do it. Preshanam. Come on, do it. It's a mandate. Because Veda is giving vidhi and nishedha. Veda's job is to give you what? Do's and don'ts in the karma kanda. All right. So a basic example in Veda is what? Swadhyayo adhyetavyaha. Adhyetavyaha. Adhi plus ing dhatu has the meaning of study. Adhi, adhyayanam, to study. So adhi plus e, adhi upasarga. They always go, e will always go with adhi. So adhi, adhyetavyaha means what now? Must be studied. It's a force there. So Veda is for Purvamimamsakas who are looking at Karma Kanda. They say entire Veda is consisting only of three things. Okay, Ling, Lot, and Tavya. Vidhiling Lakara, Lot Lakara, and Tavya Pratya. Tavya means Tavya Aniya Kritya. All Krityas are walking in, not just Tavya. Why? Because they're mandating something. So from our perspective, we should know that's a typical meaning that will be assigned to these words. But it is not always so. Is that clear? All right. Now, it could be in the meaning of a necessity or an obligation of something to be done. Same example you will say. It should be done. It's a necessity. You are obliged to do it. In that meaning also, you can add these pratyas. Not very useful, important for us. Then there's one more, which is in the meaning of arhata or yogyata. Arhata means not fitness. The person is fit to take up an action. So added to a root when fitness as regards the agent is implied. Example is bhavata khalu kanya vodhavya. You won't know the word vodhavya. Vaha is to carry. Vaha is to carry. Here the meaning would be marry, not carry. All right. And it undergoes certain form change, becomes vodhavya. And because it's feminine, becomes vodhavya. So what does the sentence mean now? It doesn't mean that she should be married by the respected you. Kanya is a girl, a marriable girl. So by you, by respected you, girl can be married. That's a possible meaning. But here the meaning extra is you are fit to marry that girl. You are yogya. Let us say, she's a highly educated woman. I cannot tell you you're fit to marry if you have not gone to school. Understand the difference there? So there's a sense of fitness. So you are fit to go to the Indian cricket team. You're fit. That kind of meaning will be there for this. Extra meaning. Basic meaning is what? Karma or bhava. That doesn't go. That's common. Extra shade is what? You are fit for it. All right. Then there's another meaning is in the meaning of capability or fitness. You will say, Swami, what's the difference? Fitness, previous also it came. There it was karta. Here it's about the action. So you will see what? Bhavata khalu bharo vodhavyaha vahaniyaha vahyaha. What are these now? One is tavya pratyaya, one is aniya pratyaya, one is ya pratyaya. Three words, same meaning. All three are equivalent with three different pratyas. And what does it mean now? You are very capable of carrying this load. Same vodhavya, but here it meant marry. Here it means carry, okay? Don't let it confuse you. Vaha, to carry. Vaha prapane, to reach. So here the meaning is, suppose you tell a person the fellow should be a strong guy. if he has to carry a 50-kilo load and you tell him, Bhavata khalu bhara. Bhara means a load. Vodhavyaha, vahaniyaha. It means I'm looking at the fellow's muscular strength and saying, yeah, you can do it. That's the idea. All right. So these meanings are all there. And we will not normally be trying to do any, hair splitting analysis, which meaning it comes here. I'm just telling you now so that you are aware that these shades of meaning are possible. All right. Now, if we look, there are a few words I'm showing you here. So you know how the words get formed. Okay. Bhu dhatu. I'm taking familiar dhatus for you. Bhu dhatu. What will be words now? Bhavitavya. You may not remember all these forms, but at least you'll get familiar with these forms. This whole document will be in your shared folder when I'm done with the class. So you don't have to worry about writing everything. You can cut paste if you like later. Okay. So bhavitavya, bhavaniya, bhavya. All these three are what now? Synonyms. They are synonymous. And what does it mean? Something to happen, should happen, etc. Those meanings are possible. I'm not writing all the meanings here, but telling you what it is. Kr. Words will be what? Kartavya, karaniya, karya, krtya. Here you have two. Two pratyas are possible. Therefore, you get two words. Krtya and karya. All of them are synonymous. You can use any one of the words to mean a duty to be done. So this is a very typical word. All these words in Veda context are very typical because our whole society is based on what? Every varna and ashrama has a kartavyam karma, something which must be done by them. Not a choice. It's to be done. It's obligatory. It's obligatory duties. Nitya karma is kartavyam karma. Naimittika, shraddhadi is obligatory. Therefore, that sense here is what? Praisha. When we use it in that sense. Kartavya, karaniya, karya, krtya. You will find all these words coming hundreds of times in the Bhashya, not once. So better to be familiar with this. Kru dhatu is very critical for us, okay? Similarly, next dhatu, I have chosen dhatus which I think we'll use a lot, okay? What is the next one? Gyatavya. Gya dhatu. Gya is to know. Gyatavya. Something to be known. Gyaniya. Gyeya. This third one, ya pratyaya business, you will understand it, all of these forms much more easily after we have done probably another 8-10 classes, okay? You should not have difficulty. You will be able to derive these forms without trouble. So don't worry too much if you don't remember the forms. Familiarize yourself with the meaning and how they are used. Forms will take time. You will take a little while to be familiar and remember dhatus and forms. It'll happen. Then patha, to read loudly. Pathitavya, pathaniya, pathya. That's all. Something to be read. Lab dhatu becomes what? Labdhavya. Tavya became dhavya. Notice that. And this is a funny fellow in between. Lambhaniya. Not labhaniya, lambhaniya. But what you do is you watch the niya in the end. Niya, that's enough. Generally, it will be aniya. Aniya pratyaya. You won't miss it. See here also, aniya. Aniya, you'll find aniya everywhere. But when ra comes, niya. Ra, na becomes na. Like ramena. Devena, but ramena. Devanam, ramanam. That na and na. One is cerebral and one is, dantyam, dental. The place of pronunciation. That change will happen when ra or r come in place. Okay. Han, shru dhatu. Shru means what? To listen. So what does shrotavya mean? Something to be heard. Something must be heard. Ought to be heard. You are fit to hear. All meanings are possible. Shravaniya. Why? Because again ra is here. Not shravaniya, shravaniya. Shravya. Music, they say sushravyam. Very nice to hear. Shravya means worth hearing. It deserves to be heard. See the meaning there? Not you must hear. It deserves to be heard. That meaning will come. Han dhatu. Han means what? To kill, to hurt. Hantavya, Hananiya, Hanya. I'm giving you these three together so you know that these forms are all synonymous. No difference in meaning. Gam. Gam is to go. Gantavya will be a destination to be gone to. Gamaniya. Gamya. So now if you add an upasarga, the meaning basically remains, the basic meaning of, to be done, etc. remains. The only upasarga will bring an extra change to the dhatu artha, which we have to be aware of. Drish dhatu, to see. What will you get? Watch this here. Dru becomes dra. That's something you have to be careful with. Drashtavya, not drishtavya, drashtavya. But when you add ta pratyaya, drishtaha, adrishtaha. But here, drashtavya. That vya you watch for. Tavya, tavya, dhavya, thavya. That vya will be there, but somewhere it becomes dha, somewhere it becomes ta, somewhere it becomes bha. All these are there. Watch them. Darshtavya, darshaniya, drishya. You heard this word drishya so often. Drishya means what? Something which can be seen, an object of sight. It can also mean something to be seen. Typically, I find that these two, tavya and aniya, are used more in the context of must be, whereas these could just be having a meaning of worth seeing, etc. Not necessarily, but I'm saying typically I see that trend in what little I have seen. Okay, language is huge. Nam dhatu becomes what? Nantavya. Ma became na because sandhi. Nantavya, namaniya, namya. To be bowed down to be saluted. Bhuj, to be experienced. Bhoktavya, bhojaniya, bhojya. Now it can also mean what? Food. Because it is to be experienced. It can be a thing you see, a thing you smell, could be. So typically, you will also have another variant of this, which is called bhogya. Bhoga. Same dhatu. There's some subtle difference there. But basic meaning for you, you take bhoga and bhuj dhatu, same dhatu, so you keep them all in one way. Yes, Priyanka.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Yeah.
Why is it darshaniya and not darshaniya here?
You will need more rules to know that. What can come in between?
Right.
Between the ra and the na, what can come? Do you have some rules?
That's not the only rule.
I mean, basic consideration is this. A na which is preceded by a ra will become a na. That's the basic rule. But then it should immediately proceed. That's the basic rule. Then we extend the rule in saying, even if certain things intervene, it's okay. So you have to know those rules, and we will do those rules. Only thing is, the way I'm approaching it is, first you enjoy knowing a little of the language, then we will expand the vocabulary and make sure we understand more of it. That's how I'm approaching the matter. Okay, we'll get there someday.
Okay, thank you.
Tyaj. So now you can see Sandhi makes it Tyaktavya. Tyak. Ja became ka. Tyaktavya. Tyajaniya. Tyajya. To be given up. To be abandoned. Bhid. To split. To divide. Bhetavya. Bhid becomes Bhetavya. As I said, we will look at the rules wherein you will know how Bhid becomes Bhed. It's a very simple rule. We just have to do it one time. And I want to finish these Krityas to some extent before I get there. So your word recognition capacities are much more before we look into more details. Bhetavya, Bhedaniya, Bhidya. What can be divided? Bhidya. Chid. Again to cut. Chetavya, Chedaniya, Chedya. So you can see a double takara here. Why? Because this da also becomes a ta. Chetavya, not Chetavya, Chetavya. Similarly, Bhetavya. 10th Kana dhatus have a slightly different. Chorayitavya. A different form will come. 10th Kana dhatu will all have that form. Stha, to be. Sthatavya, sthaniya, stheya. Vacha, to speak. Vaktavya, to be said. Vachaniya, vachya. Same meaning. Dhyai, to meditate, to concentrate. Dhyatavya, dhyaniya, dhyeya. So you will hear this word. Target is called dhyeya, karmani. That which is to be focused upon. Karmani. Therefore, dhyeya. Pur, to fill. Puritavya, puraniya, purya. Tru, to cross, to swim. Tartavya. Kru became kartavya. Tru becomes tartavya. Taraniya, tarya. Same meanings. Any questions so far? Yes, Harsha.
Swamiji, between this ya pratyaya and lyap, can I assume that if there is no upasarga, it is ya? If there is upasarga, it will be lyap?
No. Lyap is going to end in a avyaya. Lyap will end in a avyaya. This will always be declined. That's the main difference. It will be declined. And secondly, you have to say it also right. If it is lyap, you will also have an upasarga for sure. So, but lack of an upasarga, see, lyap, main difference is an avyaya. That's what you have to catch. Twa and lyap. And they will always be a supporting dhatu. There will be a main dhatu along with them. Whereas this will be in itself okay. Is that clear? This is not it, okay? There are more. See, I'm just saying, the way we have to look at it is be open to many more possibilities. We are covering one set now. Say, for example, now, let me think for a minute. See, Sudhyaya cha Sarasyaya cha namo Rudram. Nadyaya cha Vaishantaya cha. Right? So, there you will find what? Nadyaya. Yaya is fourth case. Don't confuse it with this now. Nadya. But Nadya is not lyap. It is ending in ya, but it is not a Krdanta. It is tadhita. Nadi. Nadishu bhavaha nadyaha. Okay? Vaishanteshu bhava vaishantavya. Vaishantyaha. Vaishantyaya cha. Kupe bhavaha kupyaha. Kupyaya cha. Vate bhavaha vatyaha. Avate bhavaha avatyaha. That's all tadhita. It means that which obtains in a river is nadya. Nadya. So that ya will also come. There are yas in tadhita pratyas also, which are added to a pratipadika to get another pratipadika. This ya is added to a dhatu to get a pratipadika. So the range of words which end in ya is huge. Every Ramaya is ya ending, you're in trouble. So we have to be very cautious. All right. Lot of factors have to be kept in mind. That's why I said Sanskritam in Antakarana Shuddhi will happen. Can't avoid it. You have to be alert to everything. So here you should spot the fact that watch is coming from watch. That's the giveaway. There's a dhatu proceeding. In lyap also dhatu proceeds. And in that sense, you find the upasarga also. Is that clear?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Deepti, you had a question too?
Swamiji, it was the same what Harsha asked.
Good.
Only thing I wanted to know whether this ya pratyaya, these words,
Yeah.
can they take a upsarga?
Can they?
Take a upsarga?
Sure they can.
They can.
For example, I could say apurya, right? Uttarya, anushtheya. See, stheya means what? To be there. Anushtheya is to be done. Anushteyam karma, right? Then parityajya should be given up totally. Upabhogya. Pranamyaha. You see how I added each one of them? Vigneyaha. Atmava are Vigneyaha. I can say, should be known very well. Right? Kartavya, Karya. Karya, what can we add? I have to think now, Upsarga, okay? Anukarya can be copied. Vikarya can be changed. So you can see that every one of them can take an upsarga. Wherever you have a dhatu, it can take an upasarga. Not one, but many. Is that clear?
So then how will we distinguish whether it means having known or it's a object to be known?
That's what I
Because
said. Lyap, you're saying lyap and this, right? See, lyap
yes.
is an avyaya. It will not decline. Lyap is an avyaya. Once I say, suppose look at gya dhatu, right? What will it be? Or you take gam dhatu. Gamya. Right? Anugamya. Something like that I have to use. Parigamya. Whereas with gam dhatu, with ya, what will you get? Just gamyaha. It will decline. And the main thing is upasarga will be there in lyap. Here also it can be there. That's a valid question. But the only thing I'm saying is you have to know it declines as well. And context. Very big thing is vivaksha. Everywhere you have to look at context. Without context, you are in deep trouble. That's why Sanskritam is hard as a sentence, because you have to know so many things to put it together correctly. Otherwise, something will get missed. So we have to learn everything simultaneously, verbs, nouns, everything we have to learn simultaneously. Only then we can move forward. Or our sentence scope will be very, very tiny. So now I'm trying to push you into the ocean a little more. That's why more words are being introduced. So you know at least, and we'll look at each of these in time as we go. Is that clear?
And another one thing is
Yeah.
all the three can be used interchangeably.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And though you're saying three, this ya has three variants internally. But the good thing is only one of them will apply normally. Not all three. You won't get three different forms. Like a rare case like here, Karya and Krtya. Most of them will have only one form for ya. Okay?
So this Karya, Gya and all of the three, which is this one?
Which one?
Of the three. Is it Yat? Like majority here.
Here?
No,
all the whole column.
Yes.
Don't
Of
try
the
to find
three-
out.
Okay.
Don't try to get there. Basic rule I will tell you. Basic rule is a ajanta dhatu will take ya, a halanta dhatu will take nya. Nyat. That's the basic rule. But don't hold on to it, you will get into trouble. Okay? Don't worry about, because to you it makes no difference today. When we look at it, how to derive forms, I will discuss that more at length, because then it will make sense to us. Okay? Right now, leave it alone. Any other questions?
No, thank you so much.
Anybody else? Okay. Now look at an example. Swadhyayaha adhyetavyaha. What does it mean now? Can you see? Swadhyayaha. What case and number is this? This shouldn't be difficult, right? It is 1-1. Swasya adhyayah, one's own Veda Shakha. What about it? What should be done? Adhyetavyaha should be studied. One's own Veda Shakha must be studied. Very common thing you will hear in Upanishad Bhashyam up to Brahma Sutra Bhashyam. You will hear this. Swadhyayo adhyetavyaha. Then, very common sentence in Vedanta. Atmava are drashtavyaha, shrotavyaha, mantavyaha, nididhyasitavyaha. Have you heard this? Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it will come. So what is Atma now? What kind of word is Atma? Do you know? What is the pratipadikam? Yes, Harsha.
Atman pratipadika.
Atman, nakaranta pratipadika. How does it decline?
Atma, Atmano, Atmanaha.
Therefore,
Atmano,
this will be what? It will be 1-1 masculine. Correct?
Yes,
It is masculine 1-1. Correct?
yes.
So now, sorry. Masculine 1-1. Now, therefore, Tavya should go with what? What gender?
With
Tavya should go with masculine.
masculine.
Therefore, drashtavyaha. Right? Shrotavyaha, mantavyaha, nididhyasitavyaha. Suppose instead of Atma, I put here, Kanya, suppose I put. Or Balika, a little girl. What would happen now? It will become Drashtavya, Shrotavya, Mantavya, Nididhyasitavya, all one. If it is a fruit, Phalam, Drashtavyam, Shrotavyam, Mantavyam. That's the way it would go. So you have to know it has to go with gender. Yes, Deepti?
Swamiji, in this, because this Tavya and Aniya will be in this is related to karma. So this if Balika is there, shouldn't it be in Tritiya? If it's the Karta.
1 second. Who is the Karta?
Balika.
Look, when I use a word like this, Tavya, what does it denote? What can it denote?
The karma.
Therefore, karma will go in what case?
Karma will go in
What case?
first.
Therefore, it has to be Balika, not third case singular.
So Balika here is not the Karta, it's the karma.
No, it's a karma. Suppose you want Balika as a karta. Okay? Then what should you say? Now,
Balikaya.
you tell me, what should the girl look at? What should the girl look at? Tell me something. Whatever. Your choice.
Chitram.
Chitram. Okay.
Chitra.
So let us say he has to look at a picture. Right? Chitra. Now what will happen? The Chitra, we have to know what's the gender of Chitra now, okay? Let's assume it's neuter.
Neuter.
Okay? Chitram. Now, Chitram, neuter 1. And Drashtavya has to go with what?
Chitram.
Therefore, it will become Chitram Drashtavyam. By whom?
Balikaya.
Therefore, what will happen now? Again, what will happen here? Balikaya. Okay? Now you will get Balikaya. You wanted Balikaya, you get it. But what is important? Drashtavya is what? Drashtavyam is karmani only. It cannot denote anything else. Therefore, the object of Drashtavyam has to go in first case. No choice there. Is that clear? See, this idea, that is why I'm spending time on Tavatu, and now I came to Tavya so that you follow same karma being denoted. Karma being denoted means Karta has to go in third case. So that's clear? If it's not clear, you can ask me any number of times. Anybody is not clear, because we need to nail this in our head. That a word coming with these pratyas, if it's in first case, will be, basically it's denoting, whichever case, it is denoting a karma. It is denoting a karma. Cases will depend upon the whole structure of sentence. But it is denoting a karma. And the karma here is Chitram, therefore it will go in that case.
So in this usages, if it is like a mandate, so it might not have the Karta, and without the Karta, the sentence can be having this, right?
Yeah, can be there. Because I'm just saying, look here, Atma is to be known by whom? Whoever is interested, it doesn't matter to me. See, whenever you have karmani prayoga, the emphasis is on the karma. Generally, all basic rules are put in karmani prayoga, because our emphasis is not who does it. It should be done. Kartavyam should be done. Is that clear?
Yes.
All right. So there are several examples, okay, which maybe I'll give you the homework, some of them. So it'll be good for you to look at them. Okay. Now, there's a nice song which, yes, Bhuma, you have a question?
Yes, Swamiji. Here in Atma Va Array,
Yeah.
So since it is referring to array,
No.
does it become
Atma Drashtavyaha.
okay?
Va is actually Vai, indeed.
Okay.
Sandhi makes it Va. Array is very lovingly calling his wife Maitreyi. Array Maitreyi. So this array, see, these are all not critical to our sentence analysis right now. Therefore, I didn't go into that. So I should say what? Array Maitreyi.
Okay.
Maitreyi. Sambodhana.
Oh,
Array Maitreyi. Like you say, na? We normally say, Hey Rama, oh, Hey Rama, right? Hey Rama, Hey Rama. Like that you say array.
okay.
With a very loving case. Array can also mean you call your maid, a helper. Hey, array, come here. That array are all kutsita. I mean, you call somebody subordinate to you in that way. But a loving wife is also called array.
Okay.
You have so much freedom that relationship is so free you can call anything. Right? Therefore, array Maitreyi. Atma vai drashtavyaha. Atma indeed should be known, should be seen. That's the meaning.
Okay.
So what is important for us in our context here is Atma Drashtavyaha.
Okay. So Atma.
Atma Shrotavyaha. Atma Mantavyaha. Shrotavyaha should be listened to. Mantavyaha must be contemplated upon. Nididhyastavyaha must be the old problems, orientation to be removed. There is one line which gives you the whole Vedanta Prakriya. Atma Vare Shrotavyaha Mantavyaha Nididhyastavyaha. And all these these three are swallowed by Shrotavyaha. Drashtavyaha means these three. That's the Vedanta aspect. But what's important for us? All Tavyas. Okay? Now, so
thank you.
A lot of examples like this can be there. All right? Now, there's a nice song, in Samskrita Bharati who has done this. If you've seen this, if people have gone to Samskrita Bharati, you would have heard this. So this goes like this. Manasa Satatam Smaraniyam. Nice song to remember, okay? So you will get a lot of aniya. Vachasa Satatam Vadaniyam. Lokahitam Mama Karaniyam. What does it mean now? Karaniyam. Get hold of this. Karaniyam means what? Should be done. Why is it in neuter? It's qualifying Lokahitam. By me, Lokasya hitam. What is good for the world must be done. This is the refrain of the song. Okay? Must be done. The force is there. Must be done. To be done. It's kartavyam karma. Right? So, what is now Sata Smaraniyam? Smaraniyam means what? This Lokahitam Mama Karaniyam, this Lokahitam must be remembered by me. You have to connect back to Lokahitam. Lokahitam Smaraniyam. When should I remember it? All the time. Satatam. With what should I do it? What is the agent of doing this Smaranam? Manas. Therefore, Manasa. This is Kartari Tritiya. Third case because it's a Karta, the agent of the action. And what is the action? Should be remembered. Smaraniyam. What should be remembered? Lokahitam. Lokahitam will be what case? 1-1. Are you with me? Lokahitam must be 1-1. Manasa has to be 3-3. Okay? Now, Lokahitam will go with every one of these. Smaraniyam, Lokahitam. Vadaniyam, Lokahitam. But Vachasa, sorry, not 3-3.
3-1.
Yeah. Vachasa, Vachas. Therefore, 3-1 again. By speech, it should be said. What should I speak? See, don't translate as by me. I should always be speaking. That's not the idea. One should always be speaking. That's not the meaning. What should be spoken about? Vachasa. Lokahitam satatam vadaniya. Lokahitam. When you speak, only talk of lokahita. Then what? Ramaniyam. Ramaniyam means what now? Ramanam is to delight in. Ramaniya is what then? Rama, to delight in. Ramaniya. Must be delighted in. What should you delight in? You should not. Na ramaniyam. This na, just like I told you, the verb na will go with the verb. Same way na goes with the verb equivalent here. Ramaniya. Na ramaniyam. What should you not go with? Bhoga bhavane na ramaniyam. Bhoga bhavana. You know, in enjoying pleasures, let your mind not be in that. Bhoga bhavane na ramaniyam. I've changed order for you, okay? Nacha sukha shayane shayaniyam. Shayaniyam, sleeping should be done. Na, and cha is and sukha shayane, in a very comfortable bed, you should not be sleeping. What's wrong if you sleep? No, you should do lokahita. Don't become too comfortable. There's a song, okay? Deshabhakti. Aharnisham jagaraniyam. Jagaraniyam. Jagra dhatu. Jagra plus aniya becomes jagaraniya. Means what? I should be awake. Awake, being awake should be done. When? Aharnisham, day and night. Lokahitam amakaraniyam. Then gananiyam. Ganana is to count. Gana is to count. Ganana, counting. Gananiyam should be counted. But what is there here? Na. Should not be counted. What should not be counted? Dukkham. When should it not be counted? When you're doing lokahita. You would connect back. Jatu, avyaya. Never. Never should you count your miseries when you're doing lokahita. Najatu dukkham gananiyam. And when you're doing lokahita, don't think of your own welfare. Nacha nija saukhyam mananiyam. Mananiyam should be contemplated upon. Na mananiyam should not be contemplated upon. What should not be contemplated upon? Nija saukhyam, one's own comfort. Sukhasya bhava saukhyam. This is not Krdanta, this is tadhita. Sukhasya bhava saukhyam. The quality of being comfortable. On that one should not meditate it. What should you do? Karya kshetre twaraniyam. Twaraniyam. You should rush, hurry. Do it with all urgency. Because lokahita is so important. With respect to what should you hurry? What should be the point of reference for that? Karya kshetra, in your field of work, whatever it is. Lokahitam mama karaniyam. Then what? Dukkha sagare taraniyam. Taraniyam should be crossed over, should be swama cross. Which one? Ocean of sorrow may come in your attempt to do lokahita. But it has to be swama cross. Crossed. Kashta parvate charaniyam. Charaniyam. Charaniyam is what? Should be walked on, treaded. What should they be? What should be tread on? Kashta parvate, on mountains of difficulty. You climb up and cross them. So now you can see, instead of second case, seventh case is also being used. Just note the usages, okay? So charaniyam, walking should be done. Where? See, charaniyam is what kind of a dhatu? If you don't want to say the object is akarmaka, therefore you don't need a karma for it. Kashta parvate, in difficult forest you should walk. Walking should be done by you. Vipatti vipane brahmaniyam. Brahmanam is again walking. Need not have a karma. Therefore, seventh case again comes. Vipatti vipine. Vipina is a forest. Vipatti is difficulty. Vipatti vipane. Vipine. Seventh case again. 7-1. Brahmaniyam. Lokahitam mama karaniyam. Then Gahanaranye ganandakare bandhujanaye sthita gahvare tatramaya sancharaniyam. So one word, sancharaniyam. Samyak charaniyam. So now you can see with upasarga. I should walk very well, tread my path very well. By me it should be tread. Maya, by me. Tatra. Where Gahana aranye, in a forest which is dense. Ghanandhakare, in dense darkness. Bandhujana ye sthita gahvare. So there are friends, there are relatives, there are people there who are in difficulty. Gahvare sthitaha. Ye gahvare sthitaha. So bandhujanaha, my people are related, my countrymen, my fellow beings who are situated in very difficult situations, where in deep forests and dark places, tatra, in those places, I should walk. Maya, my walking should be done by me. My treading should happen there. I should tread very well there. With what goal? Lokahitam mama karaniyam. To do lokahita, to do what is good for the world. So this is a very nice poem penned by, Sri Sridhar Bhaskar Varnekar. He's a Maharashtrian. So his name also should be remembered, is Smaraniya, because he's written such a nice, thing for Desha Bhakti. Yes, Deepti.
Swamiji, I have a question here. In the whole song, it is to be done by me. Mama
By who?
karaniyam.
Correct. So you're saying, why not Maya Karaniyam? Is that your question? Yes. In Krityas, the Karta can go in 6th case or 3rd case. You have an option. The Karta of a Kritya can go in 3rd case or 6th case. Krityanam Kartariva. Sutra for those who want. Okay.
And one more question is this.
Yeah.
It's not related to Tavya here. It's like here in the last stanza, it's Sthita. So that is
Sthita.
pratyaya.
Sthita is not, it is ta pratyaya, correct. But you have to do sandhi here.
And in the sense of karta here?
See, you have to add a visarga here if you want to understand it clearly. Okay? So it will be sthitaha. Ke sthitaha bandhujanaha. Bandhujanaha, ye bandhujanaha sthitaha gahvare gahanaranye ghanandakare, right? Tatra maya sancharaniya. Amongst them, because ye is there, amongst them, the people who are in difficulty, I should be able to walk. Okay.
So here the ta pratyaya is the second option of ta pratyaya.
Ta pratyaya is what? Now you tell me. It is kartari. Yeah. It's not karmani or bhave.
Okay.
Right? Does it make sense? See, I thought, this is a nice song. So one can, memorize this and sing it along in the kitchen, and you will remember the words. Aniya pratyaya will all come to your head. The way I look at it is you should be able to make it fun, all right? So that way they'll call it Geetam. And if you look in the web, there'll be some renderings of this song also. Sanskrit Bharati, I'm sure, would have some renderings available somewhere. But the tune I sang was what I heard long ago. So you understand now this Aniya, what have we looked at? Tavya, Aniya, right? And Ya, 3 pratyas. What meaning? Karma or bhava. Plus additional shades are what? Should be done, must be done, deserves to be done, etc. If you see this form, what should you get from this whole class? If you see Aniya, Vya, Tavya, Dhavya, Tavya, Kavya, you should know, oh, it looks like Tavya pratyaya. Niya, if you see Aniya, Niya, you should remember it is probably Aniyar pratyaya. And Ya will take you a little more time to recognize. Peya, Geya, all these will come. But you will find a whole lot of words will open up to you then. because these are applicable to all dhatus. Okay. So any questions on this? We will now move to the homework once I have stopped with this now. So if you have questions on this, please ask now. Okay, I assume all of you are good with this then. All right.
Swami,
Yes.
Namaskar. So I understood, like, when we use the Tritya, that it should be done by me.
Yeah.
So when we use the Sashti, the Mama Karaniya,
Same
so
meaning.
how does
Same
okay.
meaning. Same meaning. Is this first class you're coming now today?
Yes.
So have you studied Sanskritam before?
I had a little bit of
Okay,
exposure
because you
before.
will see that this karaka, etc., you have to study a little more. Then what
Okay.
we have, because it's continuing, right? It's the 18th class today. So you will have to catch up a little, then you'll follow more. I don't mind you're asking a question, but I'm saying there's a lot to catch up.
Yes, sure.
All right. Yeah.
Thank
And if when you signed up, you would have received a mail which gives you a link, YouTube link, as well as a group, Sanskrit group to join. So then you will have access to all the resources if you join the group. Okay. Yeah. Anything else? All right. So now, yes, Malti. Unmute and ask.
Swamiji,
Oh.
this we saw in the first case. So can you give some example for the usage in other cases, other declensions?
Yeah, you mean it's only everything, why only first case you're saying, right?
Yeah, we saw only first case. Can we?
So yes, we have to cook something up, okay?
Oh.
Just cook something up, because basically now, suppose I say, let's say in the destination, in a particular place, suppose you want to know what is there in Delhi. What is there in Delhi? So what will you say? Delhi now, I will say Delhi Nagaryam. Delhi is Delhi for me. Nagari, I'm adding, making a compound. Delhi Nagaryam Kimasti. Now what is Delhi Nagarya? Delhi Nagari is Gantavya.
Oh.
It is to be gone to be, mami. Therefore, I can say what? Gantavyam Delhi Nagaryam Kimasti.
Oh.
See, you basically you're qualifying something, right? Whatever case it takes, it'll go with that.
It will go with it.
Right? So suppose I want to say, let's take another one. From Delhi Nagara, I want to go somewhere. I am going to Dubai from Delhi. Right? So what will it be now? Delhi Nagaryaha Dubai Nagaram Gachati. Right? So now Dubai Nagara is what? It's the karma. Right? So now if that is the Gantavya, Gantavyam Dubai Nagarim Gachati. You see what happened now? Gantavya, Strilinga, because Nagari is there. But it's a destination, therefore Gantavyam, like Ramam.
Okay.
So essentially, you understand the pratipadika, right? And now how it relates to sentence, the karaka, there's an inbuilt karaka in the word, which is karma or bhava for tavya, right? But then the word, it has to be fit in the sentence with appropriate vibhakti, case and number. And that case and number brings you the karaka of the sentence in that context. Like I said, you want to go to Dubai from Delhi. Now going is the verb there. With reference to going, Dubai is the destination. Right? Since it's a destination, it has to go in, it's the karma for Gam Dhatu. And since it is destination of Gam Dhatu, it has to go in second case, in the main verb. But then when I'm using Dubai as Gantavya Nagari, it has to go in second case, Gantavyam.
Okay.
Is that clear? Yeah. So like this, every potential case is possible.
Okay.
That is the benefit of Krdanta. because it can decline completely like a noun. Whatever it qualifies, it will modify itself in keeping with what it qualifies.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. So now let us go and look at at least a little into the exercise. Okay. So let me see what is there now. Okay. So now let's say we look at this now, right? So we said what? We started with this. Sanjayah uvacha. Right? And I filled that up one for you. What did I say? Uvacha is lit lakara. Lit lakara means what? Past tense, remote past. Mahabharata happened long ago, okay? Therefore, uvacha is equivalent to what? Went. It just means went. Went long ago. You don't have to say long ago. Went is enough for us. So, sorry, not. Uvacha is not went, said. Sorry. It's vach dhatu. Said. So what does it mean now? Sanjayah uvacha. Sanjaya said. All right. Now what? What's further after that? Atha vyavasthitan drishtva dhartarashtran kapidvajah pravritte shastra sampate dhanurudyamya pandavah hrishikesham tada vakyam idam aha mahipate. This is the whole, sentence in a way. So now, what is it here? If you look at the sentence really, the basic thing is here, drishtva. Can you spot that? First thing you try to do is spot anything which has a verbal component, an action component. So you'll find what? Vyavasthita you find, stha dhatu, but drishtva very clearly having done something, right? Once you have that, drishtva, what should you look for? Or rather, let me start the other way. See, what is the clean verb here? I gave you this clue here. Aha is bru dhatu, lat lakara, third person singular. So this is your verb. Aha. All right. You first start with aha. Aha means what now? Said. Bru dhatu means to say. Aha means what? Said. Or says. Lat lakara, you can say says. Doesn't matter. Aha, says. Who says? You have to find now. Who says? So to whom does he say? To who is he addressing? Aha. What is mahipate? What is the case and number? So this is where it helps, right? Mahipate is mahipati. It is. If somebody wants to answer, I will be happy to walk along with you. All right. Anyone wants to volunteer? Yes, Brinda. Mahipate. Tell me. Unmute yourself and talk.
Sambodhana.
Sambodhana. Good. So now what does it mean? You are addressing Mahipati. Who is Mahipati here in the context? It is Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is being told by Sanjaya. So Sanjaya is talking to whom? We don't know it here, but in Bhagavad Gita context, it will be what? Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is Ramavat. So he's talking. Sanjaya is talking to Dhritarashtra. What case should I use? What case should Dhritarashtra be in? Who will answer? Raise your hand. Shouldn't be difficult. Someone answer. Come on.
8-1.
Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra maybe.
No. Yes, Archana.
2-1.
2-1. Why? Because Dhritarashtra is being talked to. So it will be what? Dhritarashtram. This is not said here, okay? You should imagine this. Arjun, Sanjaya, Dhritarashtram uvacha. Sanjaya is telling to whom? Dhritarashtra. Who is he talking to? Dhritarashtra. Therefore, Mahipate, who is he addressing? Dhritarashtra. All right. He Mahipate. So you can say what? He starts with He Mahipate. Addressing him. And then what? He said. Who said? Sanjay is a narrator, okay? Sanjay is not saying. Sanjay is only narrator. He's saying who said. Who said here? What case should be the Karta of saying now for aha? If I ask you the question, Kaha aha? My question is, Kaha, who, aha? Who said? Yes, Bhuma.
Here it is Pandavaha.
Correct.
Who's
So-
Arjuna?
Correct. So now you have to say what? Answer is what? Pandavaha. So what will happen here now? He Mahipate. Right? Pandavaha. Aha. Correct?
Yes.
That much filled in now. Okay. Pandavaha aha. All right. Now, whom did he tell?
Rishikesham.
Second case, singular. You know that. Therefore, what? Pandavaha. I can take it from here and paste it. Pandavaha Hrishikesham aha. Right? What? Now, what do you find here? Udyamya. Udyamya. What kind of a word is Udyamya? Who wants to answer? Raise your hand. Yes, Sampath.
Lyap,
Lyap. Lyabanta. And what does it mean?
having lifted.
Lifted. Correct. So having lifted. So what should it require? So this is an avyaya. Right?
An object.
An object. What's the object?
Danu,
What case should it be in?
having lifted. Denoting, so first case, 1-1.
Wait.
Danu,
Object of lifting. What should the object of lifting? What case
not
should it be?
above. Okay, okay, sorry. Udyamya, Danu.
An object should be in what case? In Kartari Prayoga. In Kartari Prayoga, an object should be in what case?
2-2, sorry, 2-1.
2. What is the gender of Dhanu? What's the Pratipadika of Dhanus?
Danu.
Do you know the Pratipadika?
Dhanush.
Yes? No.
Danu.
Dhanu is not a Pratipadika.
Okay, then I don't know something.
Okay. Bhuma?
Pumsakalinga Dhanusha Sabda.
Dhanus Shabda. And what is the first case? 1-1. What is 1-1 form? 2-1 form, sorry. How will it decline? Dhanush, Dhanushi, Dhanumshi. Dhanuhu, Dhanushi, Dhanumshi. Correct?
Yes.
Therefore, what is the second? What is 2-1? Dhanuhu. This is 2-1. Are you with me?
Yes.
Object of Udyamya. Pandavaha. Right? So what can I say now? He Mahipate addressed Pandavaha Dhanuhu Udyamya, having lifted the bow. When did he lift the bow? You see something in 7th case. Pravritte Shastra Sampate. This is called Satya Saptami. Okay? Pravritta. Pravritta is here what? Sekta pratyaya. Pra, vr, and ta. Pravritta. And what does it mean? Begun. When it has begun. I think I gave it meaning, right? When I gave the exercise, I don't remember. Did I not? Okay. Pravritta means begun here. That pra upasarga will bring that meaning of beginning. Pravritte means when it has begun. When what has begun? Shastra Sampate. Shastra. See, I gave you a rough meaning, okay? Shastra, you know what? What is Shastra? You have Astra and you have Shastra. All right. So I made a mistake in saying projectiles here, not the right word here. I should have said weapon. No.
Ammunitions.
Yeah. No, not ammunitions. See, Shastra is normally what you hold in your hands. Astra is what you throw. That's a subtle difference. So a javelin, a spear is Astra. An arrow is an Astra. A sword is what? Shastra. You hold. Now, Shastra, Astra, all are said by the word Shastra here. You don't think of it only as Shastra, okay? Basically, the tools of war, Shastra. Sampata, Pat Dhatu is there. Sampata is also a Krdanta, you don't know about it. It's a pratyaya called Ghany. Sampata is falling, Sampatanam. So, falling of what? Weapon, of arms, means what? There is arrows getting flying here and there. There is, sword is clanging with something. That is about to start. The war is about to begin. Pravritte Shastra Sampate. So you'll add what? Pravritte Shastra Sampate. When the war was about to begin, when the weapons were, when the duels of various kinds were about to happen, Pandavaha, son of Pandu, Arjuna, Dhanuho Udyamya, having lifted his bow, Aha, Hrishikesha Maha, told Hrishikesha. Who is Hrishikesha? Krishna. What is Hrishikesha? Hrishika means senses. Not Kesha, okay? Hrishika is senses. Isha is the Lord of senses. Krishna is referred to as the Lord of the senses. Hrishikesham. Hrishikanam Ishaha Hrishikeshaha. And that is called Shashti Tat Purusha Samasa, because we are really looking at Isha, the Lord. Lord of what? Of senses. Therefore, that since the second word in the compound is being denoted, we call it Tat Purusha. More on compound, we'll see later. So he told Shrishikesha. So what did he tell him? Pravritte Hrishikesham tada. See, Shastra Pravritte yada Pravritte Shastra Sampate, right? Tada. When the weapons, this is equal to yada, Pravritte Shastra Sampate. When the weapons began to move, getting exchanged, about to get exchanged, tada, right? Pravritte Shastra Sampate, Pandavaha Dhanu Udyamya Rishikesham tada aha. I can say. Tada aha. All right. Kim aha. What did he say? A sentence. Tada Vakyam aha. Tada Vakyam aha. Which Vakya? Idam Vakyam. Are you with me? I did not give the case of everything here. Tada is what? Avyaya. In the meaning of seventh case. Right? Vakyam is what? Object of aha. Aha. Kim aha. Vakyam aha. So what case should be in? 2-1. Right? 2-1. 2-1 is Vakyam. And which Vakyam? Again, 2-1. Idam. Neuter. Both neuter. Idam Vakyam. So both will be an N. Neuter and neuter. Which Vakyam? How can you say Idam Vakyam when you have not said it? You have it in your mind. Sanjaya knows what he's going to say next. Idam Vakyam aha. Right? Who said? Pandava said. Now he quotes him. What does he say? Arjuna uvacha. What will translate? Arjuna said. Sanjay is a reporter, commentator, He is reporting Ankho Dekha Hal, what is going on in the Kurukshetra battlefield. So he says what? What did Arjuna say to him? This is the Vakya. This is the Vakya. Understand? Whatever Arjuna said is the Vakya. See, Vakya basically does not mean a sentence. Vakya can mean whatever your intention to convey can be called Vakya. See, Vakya is Vachadhatu, Ya Pratyaya. What is to be said is being said. All right? So, Krdanta, Vakyam. Idam Vakyam. And that whole, what he said is what's coming here now. Keeping that in view, he said Idam. Otherwise, Idam won't fit. Normally, you use a pronoun for something which has been said. So, suppose say, Rama was a great king. He was the son of Dasharatha. I cannot start a sentence, he is the son of Dasharatha. Who is he? But I can, because in my mind, I have already got Rama. That's the idea here. Keeping something in view, you can use a pronoun. You will see this kind of justification coming in Upanishads, in Bhashyam. How you can use a pronoun without having a noun. It has the noun. Noun is in its head. Shruti knows what it's going to talk about. That's the idea. Idam aha. What did Arjuna say? Senayo rubhayor madhye ratham sthapaya mechyuta. So now, who is he addressing in the sentence? Who is Arjuna addressing in the sentence? Is there anything in Sambodhana's 8th case? Yes, Archana.
Achyuta.
Achyuta. Good. Achyuta. Whoever wants to answer, please raise your hand. Then I will ask you. Okay. Achyuta. So now what? Arjuna Uvacha. Hey Achyuta. I can say, hey is our way of understanding, okay? We need not say hey all the time. It's not necessary. You can see that hey is only for our declension's convenience. But to make it convenient, right now, we can add that here. Hey Achyuta. Sorry. Hey Achyuta. What is it saying? What is the verb now? What is the verb in this sentence? Senayoho bhayoho madhye ratham sthapaya me Achyuta. What's the verb? What looks like the verb? Yes, Venkat.
Sthapaya.
Sthapaya. Good. Sthapaya. So what does sthapaya mean? This we have not seen so far. Sthapaya. Sthapaya. Dhatu. Yes, Bhuma, you want to say something?
I had a question here.
Yes, ask.
So because in Ashtadhyayi, the Stapaya is mentioned as ninjante.
Yeah, I will come to that in a second. Okay. Vrinda, do you have a question? No, then your hand should go down. Okay, good. So sthapaya. So now what is sthapaya? See, the point is this. In Bhuma, your hand can go down now. Otherwise, I'll be confused. Okay. All right. So now, look, we have a dhatu, a basic dhatu. All right. A basic dhatu means what? Like gum, to go, patha, to read, vacha, to talk. Now, we can create a new dhatu, derive a dhatu from this basic dhatu by giving it a sense of a causal. Like cause to talk, cause to do, cause to keep, cause to bring. I can add a cause to any dhatu. Now, the basic dhatu is what? Stha. The basic dhatu is stha. What is stha? To be stationary. Right? Now, what do I want to do? I want to say cause to be stationary. Cause to be stationary. That's my new meaning I want. Okay? And that is derived, which we will study later. We have not studied, by adding a pratyaya. Stha is your dhatu. To that, we add a pratyaya to get a new dhatu. What pratyaya we add? We add a pratyaya called nature. This is not taught in our class so far. But what should you remember now? Do you remember our basic diagram, which we saw long ago? I'll remind you. What's the basic diagram? I'll remind you. I have to find it first, then I will remind you, okay? It will be in our document folder. So if you go to our document folder in Google Drive, under Docs, we should find it. Or did I put in reference? No. Yeah, formation of padas in Sanskrit. You see that one PDF is there. Okay. I'm going to open that and share it with you in a moment. So now, do you see it? Do you see the chart now? So you can see here, dhatu plus a sanadi pratyaya gives you a new dhatu. Do you see this now, this arrow? Do you see this path? I'm looking at this path. And the sanadi pratyayas are sun, young, nich, etc. Okay, at that time, this all would not have made a whole lot of sense to you. But now I'm telling you, the dhatu is tha, and to that I'm adding a pratyaya nich. And what will it do? It will give me a new dhatu. And that new dhatu has the meaning of what? Cause to stand. Has the meaning of cause to stand. This you didn't know so far. If you didn't identify it, you're in good shape, no trouble. All right, but you are more advanced. You look at Ashtadhyayi and says, what is this niche? I'm explaining what is that niche to you. All right. So now let's go to the one we're working on. So I'm saying stha plus niche. You don't know what is niche, okay? Niche, the content is just E. That's all the content is. This content business, as I told you, you will understand sometime soon. But whatever happens, finally the dhatu becomes, you won't understand everything right now, but the dhatu becomes sthapi. Okay, that's the new dhatu you will get. Don't worry about how and why. All right, but new dhatu is sthapi, and that is declined in lot lakara 2-1. So you have a lot to look at. But if you went to Ashtadhyayi, it will straight away show it to you. Correct? So if you remember, you go to your Ashtadhyayi, what will you do? You go to your you go to Ashtadhyayi, and then we will what's wrong here? Okay, have to go 1 second. Okay, I'm going to expand it and then do it right. What happened when I'm seeing the screen of all of you, then I see some things which are not what I want to see. Okay, now it's good. Okay, so now we will go to Dhatu Patha. And in Dhatu Patha, what will I look for? I can straight away look for the form itself, Sthapaya. That's pretty straightforward, right? So what will I do now? I say, keep on moving things. Okay, I will say now, Sthapaya. Right? What happened? Yeah. So you can see it brought me to Dhatu. You go there and it shows me exactly where it is. Nijante lot lakaraha. Right? This is a very unique advantage you have with this Ashtadhyayi. Otherwise, you will never be able to find forms like this. So it tells you it is Sthapaya is what? Lot lakara. And what does Sthapaya mean now? You should understand. Cause to stand. Means what? Park, okay? Park my chariot. That's all it means. Sthapaya. What should I park? Ratham Sthapaya. Are you with me? So now we go to back to this. So what is it saying now? Sorry, pulled the wrong one, I think. Yeah, this is what I needed. So Sthapaya. Sthapaya means what now? Cause to stand. So I can literally translate it as cause to stand. But now you use your buddhi a little. What does cause to stand means? Station. Park, ityartha, in modern language. Okay? You know what is the job? What is Krishna's job? He's a driver. Okay? He's a driver. Partha Sarathi means what? Sarathi means driver, okay? Partha is Arjuna. The driver of Arjuna. That's how Krishna is called. Partha Sarathi. Parthasya Sarathi is Partha Sarathi. Sri Dhatu to move. So one who makes you move appropriately is Partha. One who makes Arjuna move is Partha Sarathi. So what will you tell a driver? Suppose you're driving somewhere and you see a scenic spot. What do you say? A park here. I want to take a picture, selfie. Right? That is called Sthapaya. Park. So Sthapaya. What should he park? What should he park? So now you go back to the verse. What is you parked here? Senayor ubhayor madhye. What is the second case? Yes, Reena. Unmute and say. Ratham. Correct. Ratham sthapaya. So what will you say now? So first is what? Ratham he achyuta. Let us get this Ratham from here and paste it. Ratham sthapaya. Where should he place it? What are the other words in sentence? Senayoho ubhayoho madhye. Yes, Reena.
Senayo ubhayo madhye.
So give me the cases.
Sena.
No, cases. Case and number.
Sena word is a pratipadika, feminine.
Not pratipadika, pratipadika.
Pratipadika.
Yeah. What is Senayoho? What case and number?
Senayoho is a 7-2.
It could be 7-2. It could be 6-2.
6-2 also.
What is it now?
It's a 6-2.
It is 6-2. Okay. Then ubhayoho.
Ubhayo means both. Both the army.
Yeah. So basically, madhye is what? First, let's understand madhye.
Madhye in the center.
What kind of word is it?
It's
an avyaya.
It's avyaya.
It's an avyaya.
Okay.
Could also be a pratipadika. I mean, could also be a word, madhye. But madhye can be an avyaya too. In the middle. Between what? Of senayoho, bhayoho, of both the armies. Therefore, 6-2 again.
Okay.
Okay. This ubhayoho, senayoho, of the two armies, in the middle of the two armies. Therefore, what's he saying? Hey Achyuta, Ratham sthapaya. Who's Ratha? Mama Ratham. Obviously, his chariot, he's riding on his chariot. Ratham sthapaya. Kutra? Mama Ratham. Senayoho, ubhayoho, madhye. I can put it this way or that way. Senayoho, ubhayoho, madhye, mama ratham. Mama is assumed here, okay? You don't need to say. Because you don't want somebody else's chariot to be parked by your charioteer. He can only park your car. Therefore, mama ratham sthapaya. And when we supply a word like this, we call it adhyahara. A word is added by us. Yes, Bhuma, you have a question.
Swami, for senayoho, pratipadikam is sena.
Correct.
And it's feminine. Female, feminine, right?
Okay. Oh, so you're saying the case will be different. 1 second. Let me think. The declension. Just give me a second. Senayor ubhayor madhye. Why is it going senayoho? Sena. Os won't come. I have to look it up. Offhand, I don't have an answer.
Another question was, Swamiji, ubhayoho, what is the pratipadikam for that?
See, ubhaya, ubha. See, this is a pronoun. You have to look in Sarvanama. Look in your Shabdamanjari. Look in Sarvanama section.
Okay.
And you will have two words will be there. I'll give the page number in a second, okay? Sarvanama Shabda. Okay. Yeah. So, but again, see again, ubhayoho, I think here will be an avyaya, very likely. Ubha won't work. Ubhaya also will not work here because Dvivachanam you want. 1 second. Ubhe. Yeah. Okay, sorry. You look at page 62.
Okay.
Shabdamanjari, page 62. Okay. So you'll get ubhayoho striyam.
Okay.
Okay. Now the Sena, I have to look. Give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I can quickly find my answer. Because I'm not too sure offhand. Okay. Just give me a second.
Ramayoho, I think it is, it's fine, Swamiji. That is fine.
Rama, Sena, it's correct. Why?
Yes, correct.
It's okay. Why?
Ramayoho
Because
is
you said Okay. I thought there was some problem for a minute. Okay,
no,
it's fine.
sir. That is
Senayoho is
correct.
okay. No
Only
trouble.
thing is,
Yeah. Akarana
Ubayoho
Strilinga
I
is
did
correct.
not. Ubayoho I did not
Yeah,
understand.
Ubhayoho is coming from page 62 of Shabda Manjari.
Okay, Swamiji. Thank
Sorry.
you.
I somehow thought for a minute that Senayoho is wrong.
No, Swamiji.
Yeah, that's okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Let's go back. All right. So now, so Senayoho Ubhayoho Madhye Mertam Sthapaya He Achyuta. Right? Achyuta is what? The one who doesn't fall. So if you look in your, the kosha, you will find how the samasa is defined. You will see it right in the kosha. You don't have to struggle too much. So you go there. Sorry, second. Now you go there, and now if you go to the kosha, and then you look for the achyuta. So what will you find? You will find several things here, but one of them will be Chutaha na chavate na chavishyate va. Okay, which means one who does not slip, one who does not fall. It's kartari. Chavate is kartari. Therefore, it's an ta pratyaya in kartari. So you will see the pratyaya is kartarikta. All right. So that's how these koshas can be leveraged by us. But what does it mean? The one who does not slip. Chuta. One who slips is chuta. Achyuta nachyavate. Doesn't slip. Therefore, achyuta. So, hey Achyuta, you tell me, or sorry, you park my chariot in between the two armies. All right. Now somebody was raising a hand. I will take your questions. Whoever is raising a hand can again raise. I will know who had a question. Harsha, I think. Deepti, go ahead.
Swamiji, this is regarding Senayoho Ubhayoho Madhye.
Yeah.
So Sena being Akaranta Striling Shabda.
Yeah.
So either it could be 6-2 or 7-2, right?
Correct.
But if we say like, because Ubhayoho is related to Sena.
No, but see, there are two armies. See, Madhya you start with. Madhya, in the middle. Middle of what? Related to what? Therefore,
the
two armies. Therefore, the two armies go in seventh case. See, if you don't need, suppose I had used without the yud Madhya, I could have said Sena in seventh case, in the middle of the Sena, in a way, that could have worked. But when the word Madhya is there, the two armies will go in sixth case, Sambandha. It's not related to the Kriya. It is not related to Karya, to Thapaya. It is related to a noun. And noun Sambandha will go in sixth case typically. Karakas will go in different vibhaktis. Sambandha will go in sixth case in general.
Okay. So in this 62 page number for Ubhe, that we do the Strilinga Shabda.
Right.
But I think that it's a typo because in Shashti they didn't put Visarga.
That's a comma, should be Visarga. It's a mistake. Correct it.
Okay. But here in Pulling Shabda, it is both Visarga. So Ubhayo is both for the Pulling and Striling.
Yeah.
And Napunsing.
In all three. All the three. Correct. That's
so we cannot infer on the basis like it's
you don't need to, right? Don't need to. But
Okay.
it is 6-2. It is 6-2 here.
Okay. And second question was here is May Achyuta. So this May will go with Ratham. So Mama ke instead of
correct. I add Mama, you correct. You don't need Mama, you can bring May here. Correct. That's correct. That is my oversight. Just bring in May here, you're done. Okay. May means Mama.
Thanks.
That's all I should have said. That May is in sense of Mama. It could have been Makhyam, right? That meaning of May, multiple possibilities are there. Here it is Mama. Okay. Yes, Archana.
Thank you so much.
Swamiji, I'm a little confused. There was something I remember that with Ubhayata, there are some special, the genitive cases can take accusative cases also. If we use the word Ubhayata, am I wrong?
There is some rule like that. I do recall it vaguely. Okay. But in this context, it's clear it's not coming that way. Nothing wrong. What you're saying is right. So they will say, on both sides of the roads, there are trees. Some translation like that they will give you. But see, that kind of a usage, how often will you find in Shastra? We don't. So we don't have to worry much about it. So basically, we load your mind with what you need more. That's my attempt. Okay. But you're right. There is a thing which is governing second case. Yeah. Yes, Harsha.
Swamiji, is there a way? I had assumed that Madhya was masculine 7-1, but is there a way to know when it might be an Avyaya, when?
I have to really look and see what meanings the Avyaya has and whether we have a way. Sometimes both can be used. Sometimes both are equally good. Sometimes there will be a difference. We have to look at it. Offhand, I don't have the answer.
But on the May, can you also interpret this as stop the chariot for me?
No. See, that word for in fourth case is in English translation, yes. But if you remember when we did Karakas, I said it is the recipient of an action of giving. So I said Danam is, Brahmanaya Danam Diyatam. But you cannot use it for everything. So fourth case uses are a little restricted. There are a few cases only where you can use fourth case. This is not one of them. So it can't be fourth case. Fourth case, see that for meaning is not universal. From fifth case is almost works fine. But for and fourth case don't work all the time. So Kundalaya Hiranyam. For the sake of earrings, you have gold. There it is fourth case. And you know what? Sixth case is Brahmastra. Which means that sixth case can be justified almost in all situations. Because it is my Vivaksha, I want to use sixth case. Sambandha, everything is related. In fact, every case is a specialization of sixth case. Technically. Okay. Any other questions? So you can see, even doing two sentences properly, it can take a lot of time because we need to understand how everything links up. What I'm trying to show you, without being to explain, is you start with a verb and you ask questions to the verb. If you go to your Shabdaroop Manjari, you go to page, I'll tell you in a minute. Where is that? Yeah, you can go to page 143 in your Shabda Manjari. Page 143. And you will find there is something called Akanksha analysis. All right. That's the method we are following. So if you see there, he will start with Kriya Padam. Vande Kriya Padam Kaha. Question. What is the Kriya Pada? It is Vande. Who is the Karta? Kartuhu Akanksha. When you have a Kriya Pada, it's Kartri Prayoga, you want a Karta. Then you ask, who is the Karta? Then you ask, if it's a Karmaka, what is the Karma? Like this, you build up from the verb. That's the method in general. So always you hold on to the verb and see what connects that verb. You will find satellites. One verb will collect more verbs. Say for example, we found, Uvacha. Right? Aha. Arjunaha aha. But within that, Udyamya came. One verb came. And for Udyamya, the object is Dhanuhu. Dhanuhu is 2-1. Vakyam is also 2-1. But 2-1 will have to go with, you understand what I'm talking about? I will show it to you again in case you're lost. See, when we looked at this, I'm saying you have the word Hrishikesham is 2-1. right? Then you have Vakyam is also 2-1. Then Dhanu is also 2-1. How do you connect these? Now, I have not talked to you so far, but when you speak, the speech takes 2 karmas. Lot of hidden things are there which you don't know, unfortunately. To speak takes 2 karmas, 2 objects. What is it? One is what you speak, and the second is the one you speak to. Therefore, you have 2 karmas here. Vakyam and Hrishikesham. Both are going with aha. All right. So both are going with aha. But Dhanuhu Udyamya, this Udyamya has got a dhatu, Yam dhatu, Ud plus Yam. And that requires an object. And that object is 2-1 connecting here. These 2 are connected. Okay. Whereas this Hrishikesham, Vakyam, Idam, aha. These are all connected. With what? Verb is aha. Here, verb equivalent is Udyamya. So I'm saying you have to catch, first you caught the basic verb, aha. From there you worked out, Vakyam, aha, Hrishikesham, Vakyam, aha. Kaun, who said? Pandavaha. So this will go in what color now? This will also be green. Why? Because the agent of speaking is Pandava. Connects this aha. So this is important, okay? This is our main fellow. So we will make him bigger. All right. So you know he is the hero. He is the hero. Okay. Aha is the hero. Now this fellow connects to these guys. And aha is also connecting to Pravate Shastram Pate. This is also green. Same. But Udyamya is connecting to whom? It is connecting to Pandava. But it is a kriyayatham. It is a kriya before this other kriya is done. Having lifted his bow. Right? You come to the next sentence here. He achyuta senayoho bhayoho ratham sthapaya. Sthapaya is the only verb here. Correct? So you connect that. Sthapaya. Kim sthapaya? Ratham sthapaya. 2-1. Connects there. Right? Then who is the karta? Who should do it? Tvam. Hey achyuta. I can add here what? When you say, whenever you have sambodhanam, you can add what? Tvam. Sambodhana is tvam yuvam yuyam. One of these 3 will come. It's implied. Because I'm calling fellow and telling him to do something, right? I'm saying, hey achyuta, do it. Means you do it. Therefore, tvam is implicit here. So, hey achyuta, tvam. So this achyuta becomes now what? Achyuta and tvam is also connected to what? The same sthapaya. Achyuta ratham sthapaya. This is the basic sentence. This is the basic sentence. Now you want to understand more about this. So you always start with a verb, figure out the karta, and if there's an object, figure it out. Then you connect other things. Where ratham? Ratham is to be stationed. Stationed where? Next question. Therefore, madhye. Next word walks in. Madhye. Who's ratha? My ratha, sambandha. Right? Me ratham sthapaya. But it is not connected directly to the kriya. So it is connected through a sambandha. It's a relationship between nouns. Mama ratha. It's not between kriya and a factor of action. Kriya karaka relation, it is not. It is sambandha. That's what we mean by sambandha. A kriya, an action connecting to factors of action, is called karaka sambandha. The relationship between nouns, which is not an action with factors of action, is called sambandha. Sheshe. What is not covered by 6 karakas falls under 6 case by default. So mamaratha. And where should you park it? Madhye. Madhye of what? Senayoho bhayoho. This is called akanksha. You start with sthapaya, then you discover achyuta, you discovered ratham, then you found who's ratham, And then where should I park? Madhye, between what? Senayoho, uvayoho, madhye. This is the way you have to work your way around. Not easy. But you understand the method. And after a while, you will find that you will just do it. You won't think too much about it because you get used to the idea. And many of you have done pretty well. See, the first step is what you did, which is to mark all these. If you marked all these, now you can see what will connect with what. You have a verb, you have the nouns, you have their cases. It's easy to connect. Okay? Yes, Harsha.
Sorry, one more question on. So there is Udyamya. Sorry, not Udyamya. The Shastra Sampate.
Correct.
So for that, I assume that because there was, it was the Ikta was there. There's an implied past tense associated with it.
Sampata. So, see, you're thinking ta there, right? In Sampata, is that what you mean?
Pravritte, sorry, Pravritte.
In Pravritta. In Pravritta.
So I assume that the falling of the projectiles had already happened. And
yeah, see, that meaning is possible both ways. Sorry, I'll let you finish your question, then I will answer it anyway. Go ahead.
So I had assumed it was the past. Like once it had begun, Arjuna had asked Krishna to stop the chariot in the middle of the falling of the projectiles. Is that?
It is not wrong entirely. It could have been that way too. It has begun, but we know that the war had yet to begin. Therefore, we say about to begin. Contextually. But suppose you had no context. You could have said, yeah, the war had begun. Nothing wrong with that. You're not wrong. Technically, going to translation, you're not wrong. But knowing the context of the Gita and Mahabharata, because even the Shankha has not yet been blown. Therefore, it's not yet started. We can assume that. And that pra upasarga has got a meaning of adya karmani. When it's about to begin also comes. And that pravritta, I don't know what, I didn't look at the kosha, but look at pravritta and see pravrit and see if it has begin. Possibility exists for it. This is all too much in the language. That pra upasarga is used in adi karmani. Either for beginning karma or the beginning of a karma. Both meanings are there. So, see, if I try to tell you everything, you'll all run away from the class. Nobody will be in this class. Because too many things involved. We cannot master all of them together. Right? But see, with all the limitations, you all have been able to make a reasonable effort. Yes. You can make some sense out of it. That's a great move. How long have we taken? We just started in April, okay? 17 classes is not too much. It's a lot of progress. You don't know how much of progress, honestly. You're doing well. At least those of you who are submitting homeworks, I will tell you you're doing well. Many of you don't submit homeworks, I don't know about you. Because you might just be listening, karna sukham, and going back home. That's your lookout. If you submit homework, I look sometimes, see where you are, where you get stuck. Right? But the point is, even attempting an homework only will give you doubts. Otherwise, you will think, sab samajh mein aa gaya. When you start, only one doubt will come. This is sakarmaka or akarmaka. This is lat lakara or lot lakara. All doubts will start coming then only. And that's good, because doubts come means you're making progress. Otherwise, no doubts, Total ignorance is total bliss. So good to work on them, and you will get the answers in time. But all I'm saying is, I know many of you find it uphill, but don't give up. Keep at it for some time, and you will find that your effort will pay back rich dividends to you. Don't let go. Keep struggling at it for a while. And this familiarization of forms will take time. We are not all young, okay? Therefore, it will take time to memorize. Even Rama, Ramaha will be forgotten after some time, unless you do it every day. It is Nitya Karma. Like Sandhya Vandanam, you have to do every day. Rama, Ramaha, till it becomes second nature. Otherwise, by the time 2 weeks happen, you will have remembered new things now. Now you'll know Tavya, Tavattu, etc. But you've forgotten Nama Shabda. That shouldn't happen, okay? You have to carry everything and move forward. That's why an exercise like this, which all your faculties have to be exercised. You have to know verb, you have to know nouns, everything you have to know. Akaranta, Akaranta, Ikaranta, Ukaranta, Sarvanama, everything will come. Okay. So Douglas, good. I'm very happy with your effort, okay? It's okay, your translations are not very sensible, it doesn't matter. But you make an attempt is good.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Because see, all of you are smart enough. If you Google it, you will find Gita versus meanings. You can write them all correctly, but that's not the exercise. The exercise is you figure it out and see what you get. All right. Shall we stop? Way ahead of our time. Did I do a prayer? I don't remember. Let me do a prayer now. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. So any of you who are new or starting today or come only for few classes, you will find the going not very easy. So you have to play catch up. That will make sense to you. Okay. Hemalata, are you coming first time?
Yes, Swamiji.
Were you able to follow anything?
A little bit, very little. But only thing is, I received a mail. I checked back also, but I haven't received any resource mail, Swamiji.
No, Ma. See, when you got into this meeting today, you found a link in an email, right? Look in that email.
Okay. I'll
look in that email.
Okay.
Because people don't look at it, therefore I can't. I mean, I'm doing my best to communicate, but if people don't read the mail, it's very hard. It's there in that same mail.
Okay.
If you re-register, you'll get the mail. If you lost it, okay?
Okay.
You'll see it there.
Yeah, sure.
So who else? Aditi, are you coming recently? I don't know how many classes you come to.
No, I've been coming since beginning.
Okay, so you're able to follow, no trouble?
Yes. I have little doubts, but
fair enough. Ask. If you have a question you want to ask, you ask. If you keep quiet, then doubts will remain with you. Unless somebody else has the same doubt. Okay. I want to respect the time you spend on it. So if you have a question, please ask. If you feel uncomfortable, mail me.
Okay, so much.
Okay. Yeah. Who else is new here? Yeah, Kirtivardhan just sent a chat to anybody who wants to know the group address. You can log in, but in the mail you will receive the basics. See, in our let me share that with you for a minute so you know what's going on. Even those who are in the class may benefit from seeing this. Let me say share. Okay. Now I will. Okay. This is the folder you will come to if you go to the Google Drive root directory. Okay. You will find a README. This README will tell you about the class from the beginning, prerequisites, what were there, right? And tells you where to find an electronic copy of Shabda Manjari, Dhatu Manjari, everything there. This is a very useful thing, online catalog. If you open this, you will find a spreadsheet which tells you, tells you about every class, what was covered in that class, slides, what any additional information is said. So one of the students is maintaining this slide. So I expect that should be very easy for you to follow from here. Each one is a link to the particular video as well. So if you want to go where you want to go, you can go and find it, play it and look it up. And you have the Sanskrit classes folder, references folder, basic root folder. All the things are kept in this one spreadsheet. So if you find this one spreadsheet and bookmark it, you can play around from here. Okay. So familiarize yourself with what's available, and that should help you, catch up and do what you have to do. All right. So if you say, for example, the slides, if you go, it will show you, the verbal forms. It will show you the verb forms here. So I can put a slideshow and it'll show you what's there. So you can see the declensions, how they are used, what are the ways to make it easier to learn, everything you'll find. And if you want to learn chanting, you can press this and it'll play it for you. So a lot of things are available. Just have to know your way around. Okay. If you have any question even on this, I'll be happy to answer them. So we'll leave you now. Enough for today. Okay, 8 o'clock. So I'll see you tomorrow, probably. Most of you, anyway. All right. Om.
Namaste.